This is Marilyn Lohman, Service Hydrologist at WFO Pendleton. We'll be looking at the current snowpack conditions and the expected water supply for the rest of spring and summer. Measurements of snow water equivalent, or amount of water being held in the snowpack, were taken on April 4, 2017 for the various basins across the state of Washington. From this map, produced by the Natural Resource Conservation Service, we can see that amounts ranged from around 100 to 110% of normal in the upper and lower Yakima basins, as well as the lower Snake Basin. We'll take a look now at some individual stations across the area. These charts show the snow water equivalent, or water held in the snow, for the water year, October through September. The blue line is the maximum observed, while the red line is the minimum, and the green line the average. Using these charts, we can see how the snow water equivalent accumulates throughout the winter and spring and compare it to average. This site, the Touchet Snotel, is in the Walla Basin, around 5,500 feet. Looking at the black line, we can see that there was a good accumulation at the beginning of the month, and it is now beginning to melt but remains slightly above normal. The Sasse Ridge Snotel site is located in the upper Yakima Basin at 4,200 feet. Looking at the black line, we can see some good accumulations took place throughout the month, and it continues to be just slightly below normal. The Bumping Ridge Snotel site is around 4,600 feet in the central Washington Cascades. As seen in the previous site in the Cascades, there was good accumulation throughout the month, and this site is slightly above normal for this time of year. Across the Oregon portion of our forecast area, we can look at the snow water equivalent map from the NRCS. As of April 4th, most basins over eastern Oregon continue to have near to above normal snowpack for this point in the year. Amounts range from around 115% of normal for the Umatilla and Grande basins to 115 to 130% of normal for Central Oregon and the Grande Basin. We'll look at some individual sites across the region. For the northern Cascades of Oregon, the Red Hills Snotel is at an elevation of 4,400 feet. Looking at the black line, the current year observation, this location saw a good accumulation during the first part of the month and then has remained nearly steady through the rest of the month and continues above normal. In the upper Deschutes Basin, Three Creek Meadows Snotel site is at about 5,600 feet. Looking at the solid black line, we can see the location saw good accumulations early in the month, decreased at mid-month, and is currently slightly below normal. Moving over to the Grande Basin, we can look at the Blue Mountain Springs site at 5,900 feet. As seen in the previous sites, strong accumulations were seen in the first half of the month, then decreasing accumulation with the warmer weather, and now is near normal. For the Umatilla Basin in the Blue Mountains, the High Ridge site is about 4,900 feet. Looking at the black line, we can see that this site saw strong accumulations throughout the month and then some decrease towards the end of the month, but remains above normal. The Moss Springs Snotel site is in the Ronde Basin at 5,800 feet. Looking at the black line, although there was some snow accumulation throughout the month, total accumulation has slipped to slightly below normal. The Northwest River Forecast Center uses Ensemble Streamflow Prediction, or ESP generated forecasts, as the official water supply method. The 30-year runoff normals covering the years 1981 to 2010 are being used. New ESP forecasts will be published daily on the Northwest River Forecast Center's website. For those updated forecasts and more information on ESP forecasts, please see the River Forecast Center's website at the address given. This map from the Northwest River Forecast Center shows a snapshot of the water supply forecast for the coming season. As of the 1st of April 2017, The water supply for the Pacific Northwest looks to be near to slightly above normal, with well above normal supply expected in southern Idaho. We'll look at several stations within the area for a little more detail. For the Yakima River system, we'll look at the Yakima River near Parker. Looking at the plot, the solid green line is the 30-year normal. The box plots show the entire range of forecast values, with the blue dot the 50th percentile, or most likely value. We'll be using the 50th percentile and comparing it to normal. The volume forecast for the Yakima River near Parker for the period April through September is expected to be slightly above normal at around 115% of normal. Moving on over for the Ronde River at Troy, the forecasted volume of water, or the blue dot for the Ronde near Troy, is expected to be slightly above normal at 111%. These forecasts take into account the expected precipitation for the next 10 days and then normal precipitation throughout the rest of the month. For the Umatilla River at Pendleton for the period April through September, the volume forecast is expected to be near normal with 107% of average. Once again, these forecasts take into account the current 10-day forecast and then near normal precipitation through the rest of the season. The Columbia River at the Dalles can be an indicator for the entire Columbia Basin. The average value is plotted on the green line, with the most likely value the blue dot. The volume for April through September period is at about 120% of normal. These previous seen plots and additional water supply locations are available in an interactive form on the Northwest River Forecast Center's website at the address listed on the concluding slide. The 3-month outlook from the Climate Prediction Center for April, May, and June calls for seasonal temperatures and near normal precipitation. Here is the web address of the Northwest River Forecast Center, where you can get additional and updated water supply forecasts. Please join me again in May for an update on the snowpack and expected water supply for 2017. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please contact me by email or phone. Thank you.